everyone out there, if you win the contest and beat me, AJ Styles, in WWE 2K19, you could win $1 million. That's right, you heard me right. $1 million. Let's do this. I'm calling it the WWE 2K19 $1 Million Challenge.
Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking WWE 2K19, and most specifically the $1 Million Challenge, which was confirmed by AJ Styles when he was announced as the cover star for the next installment of the WWE games franchise. Now, the $1 Million Challenge is a big selling point for 2K this year, and it's a pretty big deal for us, the fans, because of course you could win $1 million, and who wouldn't want to win that? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today in this video is because I want to focus on one of the key points that you have to complete to win $1 million. And I'm going to go through the points that AJ Styles mentioned at the 2K press conference when this was announced. Now, we don't know all the details just yet, and I expect we will get more detail as the game gets closer to release. But these are the details that we know at the moment. The WWE 2K19 $1 Million Challenge will be available for Xbox One and PS4 players. Your first step on the road to $1 million is to beat a new game mode which is yet to be announced. Once doing so, you can then submit a winning promo towards the phenomenal AJ Styles. The best 4 promotional videos will be selected to be the semi-finalists, and the winner of those semi-final matches will go on to face the phenomenal AJ Styles for a chance to win $1 million. So, sounds pretty tasty, doesn't it? But what is this mode that you have to beat? That is the area that we're going to focus on today, because many think it's going to be a defeat the streak kind of mode. But is it going to be the same thing that we saw in WWE 2K14? In this video, we're going to talk about the options that 2K could come up with for this mode that you have to beat. I've come up with 5, and I want to get your views and opinions on which one you think is best. And these 5 are in no particular order. So first and foremost, we have to go with the obvious, defeat the streak, the mode that we had in WWE 2K14 being brought back for WWE 2K19 with no changes at all. Obviously it's going to look better in an updated game, but it could be very simple to bring this back, albeit that The Undertaker no longer has his streak. Obviously that was gone at WrestleMania 30. Now, that's not to say that this isn't going to work in a current WWE game, because 2K could easily put a twist on this and make this mode an historical mode where you have to be an opponent of The Undertaker's past and beat the streak. It would be very simple to adjust it, but would The Undertaker be the right guy, considering the fact that the streak went a long time ago and The Undertaker hasn't exactly been his best at WrestleMania, albeit that he did squash John Cena this year? Would you like to see The Undertaker return, and would you like it to be the original that you got in 2K14 with The Undertaker and his defeat the streak? Now, 2K might not want to go with The Undertaker, and let's be honest, he hasn't been at his very best, so to have a mode where you have to beat him will kind of be a little bit lackluster. He's not exactly a beast these days himself. So let's go with someone who is a beast, the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, with a defeat the beast mode. This would be much more current. He is the current Universal Champion, 449 plus days as champion, and you would have to enter Suplex City to conquer the Conqueror. If you want to get an idea of how WWE games could promote a defeat the beast mode, check the link in the description box below, because I already made a trailer for this when Brock Lesnar was the cover star for WWE 2K17. So from a beast we go to a monster with the Monster Among Men mode and Braun Strowman. And can anybody stop Braun Strowman? We saw at Money in the Bank, Finn Balor, Rusev, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe and many more try and stop Braun Strowman on his way to being Mr. Money in the Bank, and they all were unsuccessful. And I only see one thing for Braun Strowman, a future champion, whether it be Universal or WWE champion. Whichever he chooses, I believe he will win, because Braun Strowman to me is the future of the WWE and he's going to be around for quite some time. So why go with Brock Lesnar, who could potentially be leaving the company very soon, when you could go with Braun Strowman, who's going to be taking the company forward. He is without a doubt the most dominant full-time force in the WWE, and he does look unstoppable. So to give him a mode like a beat mode in WWE 2K19 would make perfect sense, because he's tough enough to have it. So I think Braun Strowman ticks all the boxes if you had someone you have to go up against to beat in a WWE game. He does have that level of ability, and like I said, with WWE looking towards the future, Braun Strowman might be the guy to invest in. Now, we've talked a lot about the male side of the WWE roster, but what about the women and the undefeated streak of Asuka, which came to an end at WrestleMania 34? The Empress of Tomorrow and her streak went from NXT and came up to the main roster and was only recently undone by Charlotte Flair. Now, I thought if this streak hadn't have ended at the hands of Charlotte, this would have definitely been featured in a WWE game. I even went as far to make a concept for it for WWE 2K19. You can check out that concept in the link in the description box below. Now, I thought this had to be an option before the streak became undone, and that's not to say that it won't still be an option, because of course WWE are very high on the women's division at the moment. We've seen a women's Royal Rumble, a women's elimination chamber, and of course UFC fighter Ronda Rousey transitioned perfectly to WWE, and it might be a case that WWE games go with a Ronda Rousey mode. That could be an option too, but either way, there's a platform for the women in a WWE game, and it could come as part of the $1 Million Challenge. And finally, what about a Be Phenomenal mode? Of course, with the WWE 2K19 cover star AJ Styles. Now, this option obviously makes the most sense, as Styles is the cover star and he's promoting the $1 Million Challenge. So for you to actually face him in game in a Be Phenomenal mode and then have the opportunity to face the real thing for $1 million, well, it seems the obvious option. However, a beat mode usually makes you think of someone dominant and a streak, if you will. That's why it works so well with The Undertaker when it came out in 2K14. So then it makes you lean towards Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman, because they are that dominant force. But then again, AJ Styles is indeed the current WWE champion. His credentials speak for themselves, and as well, he is phenomenal. So for you to have to beat him, you'd have to become phenomenal yourself as a player. So the tagline sells already, albeit that they're going with never say never. I also think Be Phenomenal sounds rather awesome. So what do you think out of the 5 options that I gave you? Let me know in the comment section below if you'd go with any of these. Maybe you've got some suggestions of your own. If you do, again, please list them in the comment section. I would love to hear them, because at the moment we're speculating about what this game mode is to be announced. I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a beat the something, but I don't know which superstar or which women's superstar it's going to be yet. So that's what I'm going with. I would be very shocked if it wasn't, but then again, I might be surprised, and that could be quite exciting too. What would you think it could be if it wasn't this? So much to talk about, and I want to get your views and opinions on this. Out of the 5 that I gave you today, which one would you like to see with their own beat mode? And as well, if you weren't going to go with that, what would you go with? Get involved, and we are on the road to WWE 2K19. Very exciting, and all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe, and also let me know if you're thinking about entering the $1 million challenge? I'd love to hear it because, of course, you could win $1 million. This is Delzinski, signing out.